You are listening to WRFG Atlanta. WRFG provides a voice for those who have been traditionally denied open access to the broadcast media through the involvement of a broad base of community elements to guarantee that access. In the utilization of the facilities and its programs, the following communities will receive first priority: those who continue to be denied free and open access to the broadcast media, and those who suffer oppression or exploitation based upon class, race, sex, age, creed, disability, sexual orientation, or immigrant status.
To learn how you can support WRFG's mission, please go to WRFG.org.
Don't you remember last Saturday night, standing in your door? You threw your arms around my neck, said, baby, please don't go. Said, honey, please don't go. Don't let your deal go down, little girl. Don't let your deal go down. Don't let your deal go down, little girl, till your last old dollar is gone. Till your last old dollar is gone. I've been all around this whole wide world, been down to sunny Tennessee. Any old place I hang my hat is home, sweet home to me. It's home, sweet home to me. And don't let your deal go down, little girl. Don't let your deal go down. Don't let your deal go down, little girl, till your last old dollar is gone. Till your last old dollar is gone. Now when I'm gone, you treat me like a dog, just like an old black dog. When I come home with a $20 bill, say, baby, where you been so long?
Where you been, baby?
Where you been so long? Don't let your deal go down, little girl. Don't let your deal go down. Don't let your deal go down, little girl, till your last old dollar is gone. Till your last old dollar is gone.
I tried my best to stay. I tried to offer you my heart, but you drove me away. So goodbye, Bella Jane. Cast me to the ground. Goodbye, Bella Jane. One more love goes down. Oh, goodbye, Bella Jane. Cast me to the ground. Goodbye, Bella Jane. One more love goes down. Became my lover, I became your fool. We became the next big thing, then something changed in you. The more I tried to hold you, the more you slipped away. I held on, but now you're gone. Now one thing's left to say. Goodbye, Bella Jane. Cast me to the ground. Oh, goodbye, Bella Jane. One more love goes down. Oh, goodbye, Bella Jane. Cast me to the ground. Goodbye, Bella Jane. One more love goes down. Oh, goodbye, Bella Jane. Cast me to the ground. Oh, goodbye, Bella Jane. One more love goes down.
Walk down Beale Street, turn on Main. There's a little girl that sells cocaine, running round the brain. I saw my woman all dressed in red. She had a big shotgun, she gonna shoot me dead. Cocaine was running round her brain. Woke up this morning, 2:30, wondering what a boy could do for cocaine to run round his brain. Woke up again at 4:30, Mr. Cocaine knocking on my door. Cocaine was running round my brain. Got a head full of whiskey, belly full of gin, and the doctor said to kill me, but he don't say when. Cocaine running round my brain. Hey, boys, won't you listen to me? Stick to corn, liquor, let the cocaine be. Cocaine running round my brain. Cocaine running round my brain.
All right, and the time is now 12 minutes past the hour of 8 p.m. And you're listening to the Happy Grass Show with yours truly, JR. Why do we call it Happy Grass? Because we're always so happy, and we're back live in the old bunkhouse taking your donations tonight, or last week of our fund drive. Last week was off the hook. The phones were rolling around like a Christmas tree, so to speak. So hopefully we'll have that tonight, because we have some wonderful, amazing guests, which we'll hear from in just a few minutes. We just wrapped up with a tune called Cocaine. That was Mr. Michael Hughes off of his single there, Cocaine. And then we heard Bella Jane. That was Blue Billy Grit off of their album, Running for Change. And then we started off with the Georgia Mudcats, a tune called Don't Let Your Deal Go Down. That was off of their album, Across the Big Pond. Well, we are in the middle of our spring fun drive. And in just a second, we'll meet our guests. But real quickly, we do have one important announcement from one of my good pals, Mr. Doug Turnbull from WSB 95.5 FM, News Talk WSB, has a quick announcement.
I'm Doug Turnbull, and I got to mention here real quick that we're doing the pledge drive. It's going to be, you can donate as much as you want over here. Go to WRFG.org, but if you pump it up to the $40 level, you get a WRFG coffee mug and some CDs there. Hey, throwback, right? At $89.30 here for 89.3. Your community supporter level makes you a DJ. A WRFG for the night. So many people would like to get on the radio at all. Here you can do it for $89.30. Bump up to the loyal listener, $120 level, and you get a bluegrass concert of your choice to attend. Tickets to that from JR and the gang. At $250, the radio patron level. It's a tour of the hangar where we keep the WSB Skycopter. I'll bring you to that, and the JR is going to bring you to lunch. Maybe we'll go to JR's Country Barbecue right up the street. That's $250. At $365, the Power Club level. That's a Braves game of your choice. Gotta love that. Braves game of your choice at $365. The defending world champs. Hey, John Smoltz is at the racetrack on Sunday. That's pretty cool. So is the World Series trophy. And then at $500. If you love and support local radio, live and local independent radio that much, the VIP club level donation of $500 gets you an Airbnb in Orlando, Florida, courtesy of JR and his connections there. So all sorts of great ways to do it. WRFG.org, and they accept any kind of payment. You can mail them in, run it down to the station, or, of course, donate online. That's how you do it. Thanks for supporting local radio. Thank you for hearing my updates about the race. For the traffic team at 95.5 WSB and for the Performance Racing Network, I'm Doug Turnbull.
Okay, thank you so much for that, Mr. Doug Turnbull. And now we have another person, one of my favorite folks. No, he's not from WSB, but I guess he could if he wanted. No, just kidding. We have Mr. Tom Junod, no stranger to WRFG. Welcome back.
Hey. Fun to be here for the pledge drive.
Definitely. And we also have our good pal, Miss Aviva Vuvuzela.
Aloha, everyone.
Definitely. And I guess we'll start off with Tom. Tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and did you attend college, all that good stuff.
Sure. Okay, so I'm from Long Island, and I moved down to Atlanta in 1981. And sort of, you couldn't come down to Atlanta at that time without, stumbling onto WRFG on the radio. So definitely, listen to that. And was at the time a struggling writer, and now I've worked for ESPN as a writer, and I went to college at the State University of New York at Albany, so I have no connection with Southern football at all.
Interesting.
Except as a occasional spectator, and that's it.
Interesting. And Aviva.
Hey.
Hey.
Well, I'm from Long Island as well.
I'm from New
What
York.
town? What town?
West Hempstead.
Wantagh.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, my school totally kicked your butt in volleyball. But
I didn't. I went to Holy Trinity.
Oh.
In Hicksville. So I was like one of the Catholic school boys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So no volleyball.
No.
All right.
Well, we had volleyball, but
Lacrosse?
yeah.
Well, anyway,
the whole thing. That's awesome.
I moved down here actually in, I think it was 97.
Okay, 97.
Yeah,
Okay.
so, and same thing. I mean, I heard India Ari on WRFG, like I was just flipping through the channels. I mean, for years, I still do. That's actually my number one station that I listen to in the car, anywhere I go. As long as we can hear it, you know. And so the fund drive today will help us expand that. So, you know, all the rural cities in Georgia might be able to hear WRFG one day. Wouldn't that be great? Expand our broadband, right?
You know, you're already killing it on the pledge drive. I just, you know, I'm. You have some pledge drive skills, clearly.
It just happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we were blessed. Aviva and the Flying Penguins, my band, to play here. Probably starting in the early 2000s.
Wow.
Visiting here, and in your old bunkhouse, we got to come here a bunch of
Definitely.
times in our bumper cars and make some noise.
Oh, yes. It seems like ages now. I feel so old because this pandemic messed everything
How do
up.
you get older? I think it's a lie. I think we're getting younger and younger, you know.
Well, JR, the last time when I came here and saw you at the studio for the last time, it was right before the pandemic started. I mean, like right before.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, and now you are one of the first people in the studio when it
Right,
opens.
right.
So you're like the
Definitely.
bookends
Yeah,
of the
totally.
And
Yeah, you could
released a
tell the
movie during
pandemic,
the pandemic
and
too.
and I was part of a movie right before the pandemic,
Oh,
and
right
I got so lucky, you know, because so that for the listeners, the backdrop of the story is that when I was at Esquire magazine, I wrote a story about Fred Rogers, Mr. Rogers, and that story got made into a movie called A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, which is a really beautiful movie. Tom Hanks and Matthew Rhys, and so that came out in 2019, but it came out like right before the pandemic, and
Made everyone sick.
exactly that was, you know, so many people went to see that movie that it was a vector in the pandemic. But if that movie, if that movie came out like 2 months later, it would have the only place that you would have seen it would have been on TV rather than instead of in theaters, which is where it showed for a while. So that was pretty cool.
Definitely. Well, we do have Tom. He came in to help us answer phones tonight. And if you do have a question, a Mr. Rogers question or a question about the movie, because you saw a little bit of the filming, I think you told me last time.
Yeah. I was there when they filmed and stuff, and you know,
Definitely.
and I also you know, knew Fred Rogers until he died, and also was friends with his wife Joanne until she died. She died in early 2021.
Okay.
Oh my God, I love Mr. Rogers so much.
There,
Scribbles.
Oh my God, hi JR.
Hey, Scribbles.
Oh my God.
Sophie.
I just love Mr. Rogers so much. You know, they don't make stuff like that for kids anymore.
No, they don't.
He had to fight for that. He was an activist.
He was,
He
definitely.
made sure the kids got the education they deserved about love.
So if you do have a question and would like Tom to answer one of your questions, what it was like knowing Miss Rogers and also about being on the set of the movie, give me a call. You'll have to make a donation of, we'll make a $25 donation. It has to be on credit card as well. So go ahead and make that donation. Also at the $45 level, I'm having WRFG coffee mugs made up for the Happy Grass Show. So if you'd like one of those at the $45 level, give me a call.
Can I donate a CD?
Yes. You want if someone calls and donates, can we give out one of your CDs?
And I'll autograph it for everyone.
Okay, you sure can, Scribble.
How about $50?
$50. There we go.
Scribbles drives a hard bargain.
He knows his worth.
Definitely.
So Scribble sounds amazingly like a Fred Rogers character.
Really?
Right? Yeah, it sounds like Daniel's Striped Tiger.
Huh.
Yeah. He did all those voices, he did all those puppets and all those.
Any connection to Daniel Striped Tiger?
Oh my god. I mean, we're both kind of colorful.
Definitely. Okay, so there you go. So if you would like to have a question answered, actually we'll put you on the air if you'd give me a call, 405-238-8989 is the number to ask your question and make your donation. And I guess we'll hear our first tune as we're waiting for the phones to ring. And again, you can ask Tom any question what it was like with Mr. Rogers. Also, what it was like being on the set of both the movie and the TV show. So, do you have your ukulele ready?
I've got Jajamish here.
Okay, Jajamish, let's hear a tune, I guess.
But after this one, JR, can we play one of them from my new album?
That'd be awesome, Scribbles. Which one do you want to play?
What about L-O-V-E? Because that features JR.
Sounds great. All right, this is not on any album. It's called Return to Earth, but it's really fun to all sing together. It's a grounding song. It reminds us kind of, at least for me, what life is about. Which is easy to forget sometimes with our technological advancements. Yes, that was then. And now again, heartache, heartbreak, it made no sense, the pain intense, so let's take our time to align, and make things right, unite, ignite our truthful light, and return to earth, return to earth. That's an easy chorus to sing along, right? Birth our dreams alone, together. You can sing that one with me. Clean our streams together. Clean our streets together. Our hearts they beat together. So let's take our time to align, and make things right. Unite, ignite our truthful light, and return to earth. Return to earth. Return to earth. Return to earth. We all eat, we all breathe, we all play. We all love and we all go astray. We all share this big earth made of clay. We all see that big sky night and day. And here I lay, I lay, here I lay. There's so much that we have in common.
we share this plight. As folks were called the common, and we unite. The joy of love, it is coming. Let love take flight. And peaceful solutions, they're coming. No need to fight. No need to fight. Come on, just return.
Return to earth. Return. Return to earth. Return.
Return. Return
to earth.
Return. 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 Return to
Bravo, bravo, amazing. Tom, you sound amazing.
Yeah,
Look out, you might have another new member of the band.
Flying penguin.
That was fun.
Yeah.
My goodness, that was great. That was good.
Thank you.
Okay, so don't forget, call into our fund drive 404-523-8989. Have Aviva Vuvuzela. And Tom Junod, he's the one that inspired the Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood with Tom Hanks. Now, what was like work with Tom Hanks when you met him?
Well, he, this is, I'm not trying to be a smart aleck, but like, he was Tom Hanks, he was, and so he was one of those guys, he was sort of exactly who you wanted him to be, he paid attention to you, he told a funny story, told a funny joke, he had the great laugh, he had that, he has that big Tom Hanks laugh, and then he would kind of move on. He was very, very work oriented. It was a movie set, and so he was, and he was playing Mr. Rogers. He was playing this man that I knew and loved. And so and it was in the same studio where Fred Rogers taped his show,
Wow.
but it was also brand new. They completely recreated it, but they recreated it like down to the splinter. Everything.
That's
was
amazing.
And then this man walks in wearing Fred clothes and speaking in Fred voice and saying Fred things. But of course he wasn't. But he wasn't Fred. Fred weighed 143 pounds his whole life.
Wow.
His whole adult life. He was really proud of this thing. Like every day he would step on the scale, and it would be the exact same weight every single day, which is crazy. Anybody who has human existence knows that their weight goes up and down. But Fred's weight stayed the same like every day. But Tom Hanks walked in, and he was a much bigger person than Fred Rogers, but he did an amazing job at sort of embodying and exemplifying this man.
Did he ever meet him, or was he ever on the show?
No, never.
Apparently, I think I read somewhere they're related or something.
They were what?
They're related. I read.
Oh yeah. I think it turned out that like on Ancestry or something, they were like six cousins. But you have a lot. If you've ever been on Ancestry.com, you have a lot of six cousins. So
definitely.
But anyway, he was. I think that Tom, did the thing that actors do, which is somehow take on, some kind of essence of the person that they're playing. It's really an amazing thing to watch.
Yeah.
Because, who else could be exactly like Fred? And the answer is really nobody. But this one man managed for at least the length of the filming to do it. So. It was really
very
something.
interesting.
It was really
Very
something to
interesting.
watch.
Well, if you do want to ask Tom a question, you need to make a donation. Well, if you want to go live on the air, $25 donation. Give us a call, 404-523-8989 is the number to make that donation. And
But if you guys want to donate to WRFG, it doesn't have to be about Fred Rogers.
Definitely,
It can be about JR.
Definitely.
We can talk about JR, you know.
Definitely. And
Or
then
we,
just
can, or we can talk about the music that we just played, or whatever, you know. It doesn't have to be about Fred.
definitely.
It's neat to, the listeners can't sense your emotions when you're talking about it. I can just feel the love that you have for Mr. Rogers, and when you were talking about Tom playing the part,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
you just it's like your hero came back to life for a moment.
For a while, yeah,
and
no question.
Yeah.
No question.
So meaningful.
I mean, I have a picture, I have a photo in my living room that I took on the set of the Sneakers. Because, Fred at the beginning of every taping, when he went into the land of, of the neighborhood, he would take off his shoes and put on his sneakers to sort of signal to the audience of children that everything was changing and that he could be trusted and all that kind of stuff. So there was this moment where, Tom took off his sneakers and put them on a table, and I have a picture of those sneakers in the house because it was
It just,
it was a beautiful thing.
Very
it is. It's
interesting.
like that's so beautiful. This just shows the power of art and creating a movie in memorializing someone, but also in helping all of our inner children inside, and to just cherish that moment. Were you ever on the set when you experienced that moment with Mr. Rogers? Did you ever see him take the shoes off?
When I went and did the story about him for Esquire, I went into the land of make believe and watched the whole thing, and he was an amazing person because he had that. I mean, he talked to adults like they were children, and he talked to children like they were adults, right? So he could talk to anyone. He was able. When he talked to somebody, he was able to bridge the gap of shyness, lack of confidence, or just that thing that happens where you just don't really want to talk to people in a real way. He was able to talk to people in a real way, and it really didn't matter who they were. He could talk to corporate executives. He could talk to 4-year-olds.
When you say real, do you mean with an emotional awareness and accepting where you are emotionally?
100%.
Kind of accepting that life is magical.
Yeah,
and that's actually real.
Right, exactly. So Fred had this amazing ability when he met you. He sort of like had a sense of what you needed at that moment, and he worked to give it to you. And he was able to do that with a lot of different kinds of people. I saw him.
I read that.
Yeah.
That you saw, like it filled kind of like a gap for you as like a fatherly role for you.
Yeah. He definitely was like a different. I had my father. I didn't like lose my father young, but my father was very. He was the polar opposite.
That's what I got
of
from what I read.
Fred. And so he gave me, Fred gave me sort of a different kind of role model than my dad did.
That's so important for
Yeah,
children.
yeah.
He gave us
Totally.
all that,
Totally.
I mean, so much more for you meeting him in real life, because
Definitely.
it just makes it a whole different story.
When the movie came out, I can't tell you how many people that I met who told me that Fred Rogers, was their primary parental figure.
Definitely.
That they would come home from school, that their mom would have out, a cookie and a glass of milk, and they would sit down and watch Mr. Rogers, and that Mr. Rogers was their connection both to the adult world and the world of children. And and he was. I mean, it was just a lot of people who had that same story.
How can we give that to children today?
Well,
I mean, what do you think? What are the character traits that allow children to feel like you're making time and attention for them? Is it humility? Is it what? What is it? What do you think?
He was a great listener. He was a great listener, and from that, he would always. So there's this great story where Fred was. He met a lot of people, especially a lot of children who were severely disabled, and one time he met a child. I mean, the part of that is in some of the movies. He met a child who was in a wheelchair and completely immobile, and was suffering also some issues with deafness and blindness, and Fred leaned over and said something to the child, and the child just lights up. And somebody asked him,
amazing.
And somebody asked him what he had said to the child, and guessed. He goes, "Did you tell the child that you were going to pray for him?" And Fred said, "No, I asked him to pray for me." And so he had, that's like the ability that he had.
He must have heard the word pray or something.
Yeah. He just had. Well, he was he was a Presbyterian minister, so he was able to speak that language, even though he never did on TV.
Wow.
But he just had that way of. I mean, everybody would expect, hey, the adult will pray for you.
Right.
But no, I'm going to ask you to pray for me.
Now that reminds me of Aviva. Don't you know someone, I think it was like out west, that's in a wheelchair? I interviewed him. It was like it was before the COVID.
Yeah, Danny.
Yeah, how's he doing? What's his update?
I haven't spoken to him in a while, but we're working on doing some music together. He does some really great beats. I've been wanting to remix my song Cannabis Car for a while. I educate children about cannabis and everyone about cannabis. It's funny because all my life, I don't know if it's just from my musical theater background or something empathic about me. I did go to school actually at Tufts University for child development or child studies, they called it. But I do definitely care very much about the children, and so they would always say to me, like, even just my regular songs, they're like children's songs, and I'm like, well, it's for my inner child. Like a lot of times I write music when I'm doing my inner child work and journaling about past experiences of my life, and then this other voice comes in, perhaps like an angel or like God, that encourages me through those challenging moments of trauma that I'm re-experiencing, and so it really is songs to empower my inner child, but I think it really does end up, I hope, empowering adults. And it does seem maybe kind of strange for people, kind of a strange genre, something they're not used to, so, but it works for me.
So how did you develop the Scribbles character? Where did the Scribbles character come from?
I mean, in all honesty, I was in a relationship, and all of us know relationships are challenging, and we were at a point in our relationship where communication was really bad, and we both kind of had this idea of using possibly a puppet to talk to instead of each other, because we tried therapy, and that didn't work. So that was kind of fun for a little while, but didn't really work. And then Scribbles just kind of evolved on his own as my precious son. He would come to shows with me, and he is like the Elvis. I say was because the pandemic came and we haven't had live shows since, but the girls would grab him, like little 6-year-old girls wanted to grab. I had to have a bodyguard
is
for
that
him.
Scribbles or is that Scribbles?
Now that's Petunia, the penguin.
Okay.
And Scribbles is you're revealing that he's actually not in the studio, but that's
Yeah.
okay.
Well, let's
He
hear.
was here.
Yeah.
He had to go. Petunia actually
Yeah,
just
yeah.
picked him up
Might
on the
be back
helicopter.
soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She just picked him up on the helicopter.
Oh, yeah,
which
I heard
JR
that.
borrows all the time. She has the coolest disco ball helicopter.
Let's hear a song from the from Scribbles.
Yeah, you want to pull it up? LOVE.
Yes. Let me pull
If
that.
you all like this song and you want to get an autographed copy, once again, if you're just tuning in, Scribbles will come back on the helicopter and autograph it for you for $50, and I will as well, and perhaps we can even wrangle Tom here.
Yeah, maybe
And
Tom.
I will attest to the fact that Scribbles is coming back. We'll be here to do the autographing.
Scribbles likes to be invisible sometimes too, so
Well, of
even
course.
though he wants
And
to
Joe,
catch a picture with you,
who doesn't, right?
yeah, he
Yeah,
might be
yeah.
invisible for the picture, but Bubbles is in the picture, so you guys will see that soon.
So yeah, you'll see Bubbles, but Scribbles.
Bubbles
had to leave.
and Scribbles did a song together that JR's mom wrote on our Starseed channel, and Bubbles did a really great job. He's the grumpy one of the two.
Yeah, Bubbles was very grumpy though.
You know, he always needs some cheering up, but that's what the whole gang is for, you know? You don't have to isolate. You can reach out to people with, you know...
So JR, how did you get the idea of me and Aviva being here? Since you kind of, I mean, you have a character named Scribbles. Fred had all his puppets. It's kind of a great match here.
Definitely. Okay, we're gonna hear Love, and tell us a little bit about the song.
The song, gosh, I'm trying to remember, like, where my head was when I wrote it, and I might, why don't we play it, and then that might trigger my memory.
Okay.
Okay.
Here we go.
Here we go. And the 1, and the 2, and the 3. L-O-L-O-V-E. L-O-L, elevate me. L-O-L-O-V-E. L-O-L, elate me. It's all about love. It's all about living. It's all about connecting. It's all about giving. And more than just sharing, it's being met with caring. It's all about love everywhere, and especially in L-O-L-O-V-E. L-O-L, elevate me. L-O-L-O-V-E. L-O-L, elate me. L-O-L-O-V-E. L-O-L, elevate me. L-O-L-O-V-E. L-O-L, elate me. And we don't need words to show our kindness. I feel it in your heart. Shame and fear's far behind us. No guilt or trying to humiliate me. You see, L-O-V-E is here to elate me. It's all about love. It's all about living. It's all about connecting and giving. That's right. L-O-L-O-V-E. L-O-L, elevate me. L-O-L-O-V-E. L-O-L, elevate me. L-O-L-O-V-E. L-O-L, elevate me. L-O-L-O-V-E. L-O-L, elate me. And yes, you see, we're all worthy of it. And yes, you see, we're all drinking from it. And yes, maybe we got lost on the way, but now we found the post on which we say L-O-L-O-V-E. L-O-L, elevate me. L-O-L-O-V-E. L-O-L, elate me. L-O-L-O-V-E. L-O-L, elevate me. L-O-L-O-V-E. L-O-L, elate me. And yes, you see, we're all worthy of it. And yes, you see, we're all drinking from it. It's all about love, love, love. It's all about love, love, love. It's all about love, love, love.
Hey, this is Sabrina with Main Street Theater. Come see me live on stage and Laughingstock as Susanna. And please support WRFG Fund Drive. Call 404-523-8989.
That runs on cannabis. Don't you want a car that runs on cannabis? Don't you want a car that runs on cannabis? Don't you want a car that runs on cannabis? You got a nice life. You got a nice wife. You're working hard for your money. You got to save to survive, but the gas prices never cease to rise. Don't you want a car that runs on cannabis? Don't you want a car that runs on cannabis? Don't you want a car that runs on cannabis? Don't you want a car that runs on cannabis? All the bombers in Iraq could be taken out, but instead they're drilling for oil. It's the government's rule, but we could easily be a hero just to make hemp production legal. Don't you want a car that runs on cannabis? Don't you want a car that runs on cannabis? Don't you want a car that runs on cannabis? Don't you want a car that runs on cannabis? Ufuna akuya kule cannabis. Ufuna akuya kule cannabis. George Washington knew it, and George Washington even grew it. Do 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 do. Your money's made of cannabis. Do 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 do. The pyramids are made of cannabis. Do 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 do.
Hi, this is John McDaniel. Please support the WR Drive. Call in at 404-523-8989.
Hi, my name is. I listen to JR WRFG on the radio at home.
Okay, and we're back, and we just heard the cannabis song. And that sounds familiar, doesn't it?
Yes.
And hold on, I'm not hearing you. Hold on. There we go. We can put Tom to work.
Hi, I'm Amy Goodman, host of Democracy Now!, your daily grassroots, global, independent, international investigative news hour. I'm asking you to make a contribution to WRFG during this all-important fundraising drive. Radio Free Georgia non-commercial radio takes great collaboration with those who are willing to be of service to their community through volunteerism and financial support. WRFG is only possible because listeners like you continue to believe in a people-centered, commercial-free media. WRFG has been your independent community radio station since 1973. That's almost 50 years. Let's keep it alive for another 50 years, and we'll hit that full century of WRFG. You can show your support by making your contributions online at the donation portals at WRFG.org. Just go to WRFG.org. Again, thank you so much. Let's keep WRFG not only alive, but let's make it thrive. WRFG.org. And thank you so much.
This is Evan Green.
Okay, now we are back. And again, we still have the Scribble Soup CD, autographed at the $50 level. If you'll make a donation, 404-523-8989. We have about 5 minutes left until Bill Long comes in. We have the switcheroo.
We got Tom to sign it. How about you sign it too?
And I'll sign it too, yeah.
All right, I'm bringing it around.
Bring it around. Yeah, I can sign that. So give us a call. Yeah.
Give a good luck wish to our last caller?
Yes.
Well, to the last caller who called and said that he was going to give us a large donation after he went to the casino and won, I wish him good luck there down in, what's the closest casino? I would say Mississippi, right? North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Yeah.
Sure.
Up there in North Carolina. I wish you luck.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much, and we do appreciate all the listeners that support WRFG. And if you'd like to call in and make your donation, we just signed the Scribble Soup CD, $50. 404-523-8989. And we have about 4 minutes left. And the parting words you'd like to make? Or
I guess we
comments?
could talk about cannabis a little bit. I've been doing a lot of vlogging on the state of affairs.
Okay.
And, the MORE Act is up for a vote either tomorrow or Friday to
Tell me more about that.
to legalize it federally.
Federally, huh? Okay.
And take it off the controlled substance list. And also, I noticed, and I just put a video about this as out on my channel as well. So if you want to hear more about it, you can go to youtube.com/Aviva Sings Out. But when I was reading it, I didn't realize something I've been telling the senators and the legislators here for years is that I don't like the word marijuana. We should call it cannabis. That gives it more respect. And that's in the bill, is to change all the statutory references from marijuana. So I was like, well, why didn't you call it the CORE Act? Because, it's marijuana opportunity. Right. It should be cannabis opportunity.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I just hope to break it down literally like I'm talking to a child
Yeah.
about how ridiculous it is that this wonderful plant, which is used as medicine for all kinds of things, from autism to epilepsy, seizures to cancer, you know, we really need to give it more respect. The culture, the roots that it has, it's just such an imbalance. I think
Football players who've suffered concussions.
yes, and then getting
You know,
kicked off
they,
the team.
they rely on cannabis. A
Yeah.
lot of guys playing in the NFL rely on cannabis to medicate so they can keep on playing.
A lot of people say it's safer than a lot of psychiatric drugs out there for depression and anxiety. You
Yeah.
know, it's just good to have options. So I educate as much as I can about that. The Georgia session, by the way, is about to end April 4th. So we only have like 3 months here to really make bills to affect change. So I was hoping to get the hemp processing fee down from $50,000, $25,000,
Mhm.
and we had a bill to lower it to $650, but I don't know if it's going to pass by the 4th.
So for the federal bill, who's supporting it? Like, is there
The
any?
sponsor is Natter. He's
Uh-huh.
got 114 co-sponsors. You know, in 2019, it passed the House already. So
Okay.
it's doing it a second time. I don't think there's any way it's not going to pass. The question is the Senate.
Right.
The Senate, it's like there's 48 Dems and 50 Republicans. It's very often the Democrats supposedly support this and the Republicans don't. But there are 2 independents, Bernie and King, and they seem to support cannabis. So it's like
Right.
really close.
Yeah,
if
close.
someone's sick that day and they don't show up for the vote, you know?
Right. Or someone abstains or do what they do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, so many questions, right? I mean, there's
Hmm.
issues with parental rights, visiting rights, you know, if someone's using cannabis, being able to have a permit for a gun. So to have it federally illegal is very binding for our human rights in all respects.
Definitely, most definitely. There. Well, Aviva, thank you so much for...
Aviva, it was great meeting you.
You too.
And singing with you.
Yes, I hope to do
That
it
was
again
fun.
sometime.
Definitely. Yeah, we'll have to do, what's it called, a repeat, a three-peat or whatever.
I would love to.
I can be back.
Okay, definitely.
I'll give you some songs to practice.
Well, I have to listen to the record now.
Yes, and I'm gonna go. Scribbles and I are gonna write you a special message while we're waiting out there. So.
Okay, sounds good. I guess we'll bring in Bill in just a second.
You are listening to WRFG Atlanta. WRFG provides a voice for those who have been traditionally denied open access to the broadcast media through the involvement of a broad base of community elements to guarantee that access. In the utilization of the facilities and its programs, the following communities will receive first priority: those who continue to be denied free and open access to the broadcast media, and those who suffer oppression or exploitation based upon class, race, sex, age, creed, disability, sexual orientation, or immigrant status.
To learn how you can support WRFG's mission, please go to WRFG.org.
As long as I remember, the rain's been coming down. Clouds of mystery pouring, confusion on the ground. Good men through the ages, trying to find the sun. And I wonder, still I wonder, who'll stop the rain? Well, I went down to Virginia, seeking shelter from the storm. Caught up in the fable, I watched the tower grow. 5-year plans and new deals, wrapped in golden chains. And I wonder, still I wonder, who'll stop the rain? The crowd had rushed together, trying to keep warm, but still the rain kept falling, falling on my ears. And I wonder, still I wonder, who'll stop the rain? And I wonder, still I wonder, yes I wonder, still I wonder, and I wonder, still I wonder, who'll stop the rain?
If it weren't for the postman, I'd never get mail. And if it weren't for that girl, man, I'd never seen this jail. Saturday night's just a night for a man like me to weep. 'Cause I'm in here, she's out there walking on the street. And count slowly, days gone by, and say softly, why, oh why, and just slowly, off into the sky. Better days, better women, will not make me cry.
If it weren't for the whiskey, I'd probably know what I was saying and whose thought it was. But I kicked on like a burning fire, couldn't keep my mouth shut. And oh man, I had me right, you showed that boy what's up. And count slowly, days gone by, and say softly, why, oh why, and just slowly, off into the sky. Better days, better women, who will not make me cry.
And on the first of the month, she comes to visit me.
Tell him about my family and how I wish that we
Go back to the way things were and how it used to be. But I'm in here
now I'm walking on the street.
and count slowly, days gone by, and say softly, why, oh why, and just slowly, off into the sky. Better days, better women, will not make me cry.
Oh, the better days and better men who will not make me cry.
Move over some. I'm good. Some more. Okay.
All right, so that brief set we just heard, Who Will Stop the Rain, Cedar Hill, off of their album Don't Let the Stars Get to My Eyeballs. No, that would be a bad thing. And then we just wrapped up with a tune called Better Days. That was Waller off of the Stoke the Fire album. And the time is now 7 minutes past the hour. Now we have our good pal Bill Long in the old bunkhouse.
Hey there, JR.
Hey, what's up? Let me get your mic on there. Oh, there we go.
Well, that was a yell. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll sing that loud.
Hold on. I'm hearing a little buzz.
You get the guitar?
Hold on.
I'll probably beat it a little bit harder when I play. I get excited. Just an excitable boy. Yeah, well.
They're the Italian Beatles.
You know, I played them a lot of their stuff in the 60s.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Felix Cavaliere.
Adriani.
Yeah. that happens. That it just is
Definitely.
weird.
Okay, so we have Bill Long in here, and Bill, if you can tell our listeners a little bit about yourself, where you're from, all that good stuff.
That's a tough one, kind of, JR. I got this Facebook invitation the other week for people who grew up in Noonan, Georgia. Now, I lived in Noonan, Georgia for a while, but I'm not sure that I've ever quite grown up, so I couldn't join the group. But anyway, I was born in Duluth. You know, you're from Georgia if you're from some town like Duluth or Monroe, or maybe even Tolliver County, if anybody knows where that is.
Duluth. I've been living here for a long, long time, but I never knew exactly how Duluth was pronounced.
How do you pronounce Monroe? Monroe. Monroe.
Monroe.
Keep trying.
Okay, so stress on first syllable. Monroe.
Most everything in the South is yeah. Albany. Yeah.
Albany.
Yeah. Well, now there is a Duluth in Minnesota. I know that, but
Yeah.
but no, I was
Not here, huh? Now here it's Duluth.
According to my aunt, my dear departed aunt, my mother's sister, it's Duluth.
Duluth. Okay.
So,
I'm good.
Yeah, but I've lived as far north as North Carolina, and I'm not sure that it changed my accent at all. So there you go.
Well, I can tell that you're a true Southerner if you think that North Carolina is the North.
I think I'm going to be run out of the party, actually, but.
Well, I got a feeling I'm the only Yankee here, so.
Definitely. Well,
Where are you from?
Long Island.
Long
New York.
Island.
Okay, I've heard of that.
And Bill, if you're familiar with Tom Hanks' Beautiful Day, based on the Mr. Rogers,
Yeah.
Tom Junod was the actual reporter that interviewed the actual Fred Rogers.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
I wrote the story that became the movie, so.
Cool.
Great.
Yeah.
Great event in my life.
All right, I bet.
So
I
if
bet
you
it
know
was.
any Mr. Rogers tunes.
Oh, boy. I should have been prepared.
Okay, so I guess I haven't seen you in like what, 3 years.
Couple of years, yeah, JR.
Yeah. So, what tune are we gonna start off with?
We're going to start off with a tune that I hope that everybody in the Ukraine is listening to, and this is for the folks in the Ukraine. This is an old tune from the Young Rascals, Felix Cavalieri. I'm not going to say it. You're from New York.
Yeah, and Eddie Brigatti.
Yeah, and people got to be free. Here we go. All the world over, so easy to see. People everywhere just wanna be free. Listen, please listen, that's the way it should be. Peace in the valley, people got to be free. can move a mountain, make a blind man see. Sing it now, come on, let's see. Peace in the valley, we can all be free. Trains loading up. It's the train of freedom. It's gonna pull in any minute. It's long overdue. All the world over, so easy to see. People everywhere just wanna be free. Listen, please, listen, that's the way it should be. Peace in the valley, people got to be free. Peace in the valley, people got to be free.
Bravo,
Thank you,
bravo.
thank you.
Sounding amazing, sounding amazing. We have Bill Long in the old bunkhouse, along with Tom Junod. And don't forget, we still have the Scribble CD, autographed by myself, Tom, and Aviva. And I guess if Bill wants to sign it too, he's welcome to.
Yeah.
And you can that can be yours, the CD, at the $50 level. Also, I don't think I'll tell you this, Tom, but I'm going to be in the play over in Tucker. We're in rehearsals.
Cool, what play?
It's called Laughing Stock. We open up April 22nd, run through May the 7th. It's going to be at the Tucker Recreation Center. And the group that I'm with, Main Street Theater in Tucker, they're a small community theater in the Tucker, Georgia area.
Yeah.
They are, if someone donates at the $75 level, they'll get a pair of tickets to see me and our upcoming play, Laughing Stock. So
Cool.
there you go.
What's the play about, and is it an original play?
Yes,
Was
it's
it written,
it's,
just for this?
It's it's written by Charles Morley. It's about a group of actors. They're like up in New England, and they perform 3 different plays, all like during like the same week, for the whole summer. They do Hamlet, they do Dracula, and I think a play called Charlie's Aunts.
Okay.
It's so it's a really good play. I play one of the interns. I play Ian. He's an intern. So if you want tickets to go see that, you'll need to make a donation at the $75 level. And I'll tell you what, if you make a donation, you can come see the show, and then maybe the day before we'll have dinner together at your choice. And no, it's not going to be JR's barbecue, by the way. So there we go. So if you make a donation, you'll get the theater tickets to see Laughing Stock at the Tucker Rec Center.
And if you make a donation, you'll also have the satisfaction of
Mm-hmm.
contributing to true community radio.
Definitely.
I'm a writer, I'm a journalist, I travel a good bit, I listen to radio stations all over the country, and there are so few radio stations like WRFG. It's a throwback, it's a look at the future, it's community radio.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're out there listening, think about that, think about like the dismal wasteland that is Atlanta radio otherwise. I mean, there's just, anybody who listens to has like a regular old radio in the car and listens to radio knows that there's really not that much on. And on WRFG, there's JR on, there's stuff that surprises you. I've listened to WRFG at 3 o'clock in the morning on the way home.
Yeah.
And had my hair curled, man. I have listened to some stuff that I've never heard before, and that is all on WRFG, True Community Radio. So if you're listening, there's only one way that this station keeps on going, and that's you. So
definitely
come on in, come on over, give us a call.
If you're watching on Facebook Live, you can see a lot of the improvements. Because remember, Bill, last time you were here, like three years ago or so, remember the walls were like peeling off, the carpet was going.
You got the same air conditioner.
Yeah, we do have the same air conditioner.
Good, it works. It works.
And they need a new air conditioner, so that so that's another good reason to give us a call.
Yes, definitely. And then new carpeting, blue carpeting,
all that stuff.
And then eventually this room right here is going to be an artist's room. They're not done yet with that, but that will eventually where all the bands will be. They're going to put microphones in there and.
You have new stools.
Yeah, new stools. Yeah, you don't have to bring yours anymore.
It's out there. Yeah.
Definitely. Okay, so I guess we will hear another tune.
All right, I have several original songs. I've got a new CD out, and given JR a copy there.
Definitely.
And you might hear some tunes on his program in the future, but I have a few tunes from it that I'm going to give a try to tonight. And here's one of them called Facing the Light.
Facing the Light. Bravo, amazing.
I changed that word. Yeah.
I love that one, Bill.
Thank you, JR.
That's a good one.
There was a fellow posted a Facebook page one day, resonator player, Michael Hughes.
Okay,
He played him before.
I played them tonight.
Yeah, he posted this Facebook. He retired and he has a music room and and he's got all his stuff, and he walked in one day and there was a shaft of light shining on his guitar, and he posted this picture, and it just started a bug with me, and so I wrote this song.
Is that where you got Facing the Light?
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, Michael Hees is a good guy. I played a tune of his earlier called Cocaine.
Hey, Michael.
And we have my beautiful wife, Ray Shonda, is looking in on Facebook Live. So if you're watching on
Ray Shonda.
Facebook Live.
Hi, Ray Shonda.
Yep, everyone says hi. So, if you like what you're hearing, give us a call, make that donation for 04-523-8989. Don't forget that the $75 level, you'll get tickets to see the play that I'm going to be in, Laughing Stock. We open April 22nd, run through May the 7th. Good little run there as well. So I guess we'll hear another tune in a second. So Tom, I know you saw a lot of music back in the day with Mr. Rogers. He played the piano.
Yeah, so Fred was a great piano player, but he also he had a really accomplished jazz piano player.
Interesting.
Playing with him, and you know, John. His name was, I forget his last name. His name was John. But he was Fred didn't only come up with a visual vision for what he wanted his show to be. He had a musical vision for what he wanted to sound like. It was very distinctive. It was piano, but it was played at almost a harmonic level and stuff. And it was,
wow.
It almost sounded like a harp or something, and it was really beautiful and gentle. And children responded to it in the same way that they responded to what it looked like in the world of make-believe and all that.
Very interesting, very interesting.
So in addition, of all the things that Fred Rogers was, I mean, he was a wonderful man, he was a creative man, he was a disciplined man, he was, I think, sort of a holy man.
Mm-hmm.
But he was also a genius. He was a creative genius. And when you met him and had a chance to see the way that he thought things through and the way that he had a vision and did everything he could to execute that vision so that millions could share in it, you realize what a genius he was.
Definitely,
Total remarkable human being.
Definitely. So, Bill, I take it you're familiar with the show. What was your favorite character on Mr. Rogers?
It's been a while, JR. Our daughter, I'm not going to tell her age now, but we'll be celebrating one of the zeros next year. But we have a grandchild who is, as I was told by my wife earlier this week, is 8 months old.
Mm-hmm.
I thought she was 10. Time flies when you're having fun. So, but we'll be back watching Mr. Rogers and Sesame Street. We're into Disney right now. Disney Junior right now. It's basically for the color and the noise for her.
Definitely. Wow, interesting. Okay, give us a call. Make that donation for 04-523-8989. We have different levels. You can donate that. We have the $40 level, the $89.30, the $120 loyal listener, the $250 radio patron, $365 power club, and the 500 VIP clubs. So go ahead and make that donation for 04-523-8989. What tune are we going to hear now?
Well, this is one called As Long As You Are You.
Okay.
So it's on the CD, and let's see if I can get through this one here. I don't mind a wrinkle or two as long as you are you. A hair out of place or a smudge on your face. There's nothing that you need to do. I can't imagine why you would want to try to change the way that you look. You know that I have always been hooked as long as you are you. There's not a chance we would lose our romance as long as you are you. There could never be anyone else for me. It will always be we two. We just seem so in sync. There must be a cosmic link, like a story in a good book. I don't need to wonder, I don't need to ponder, as long as you are you. As long as you are you.
Yeah. So JR, did you select? So we've had two musicians in here, and that song to me was very Fred Rogersy, and so was Aviva. Right?
Yeah.
So did you select these two musicians? These great
I
musicians
sure
to come in
did,
here
yeah,
on that
because
level? That's pretty cool.
Bill was kind of Fred Rogersy, yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh. Well, I got to tell you this story, and JR knows it. So, first time I met Aviva, I came to the station. I was going to do a show, and she had been on right before me. And JR said, "Why don't you two do a song together?" And it kind of sprung on me. And as you observed earlier, I'm from the South. So I said, well, I just quickly thought of a song that I thought everybody knew. Goober Peas. Well, Aviva's from New York.
New York, Long Island.
Yeah, and that's not a song that they're familiar with in New York.
Or me. I don't know that song. I've never heard that song in my life.
Well, she was a good sport. She hung in there. I did it and had anyway. She was a good sport about it.
The Goober Pea song, I remember that.
Do you know this song, Sarah?
Not offhand, but
Okay.
I do remember them playing it.
Yeah, it's a song I don't particularly have in my repertoire anymore. It's as my mother said. It's from the recent unpleasantness, which is the war between the states. Yeah, and it's the soldiers from Georgia. A large part of their diet was peanuts, goober peas, and so there's a song about it that has to do with the war between the states.
So we're probably straying off topic here, but how did peanuts get to be called goobers?
I don't know. The guys who wrote it, the Latin name for the fruit, I think it's a fruit, is something that starts with an A. Pindar, and he wrote the song, and attributed it as A. Pindar and somebody Goober. And that's the attribution for songwriting. They didn't attribute it to their actual names. So, but I don't know. I don't know.
Now, was Goober Peas a Civil War marching song?
Don't know that either. But it does come from that time.
Yeah, that time.
Yeah.
Definitely. Well, don't forget we are in the middle of our fund drive. Give us a call. Make that donation. Don't forget we also have the Scribble Soup CD out.
Yes, Atlanta. It is 4 a.m. in the city of Atlanta. Yeah, we're just getting started. As y'all know, we are in our drive for the spring. Spring has sprung. The weather's getting warmer. So y'all get ready. Get ready.
I can't believe we're getting skunked.
I know.
Yeah. Somebody call in and pledge $500 for me to quit playing.
I know that's.
Yeah, we're going to play Goober Peas for you right now.
Yeah. Sitting by the roadside, sitting in the I can't even remember the night words to it. Sitting on a summer's day, sitting with my messmates, passing time away, lying in the shadows, listening to the breeze. Goodness, how delicious, eating goober peas. Peas, eating goober peas. Goodness, how delicious, eating goober peas. I can only pull up one verse of it. It's been quite a while since I've played it.
Do they get into off-color verses as they go on?
I've just kind of stopped doing any of that Confederacy stuff.
Yeah.
Now that's going to cause a phone call, but
I'll tell you what.
yeah, well.
So people know that Goober Peas is a Confederate song?
I have the love for the community.
Some people do.
I think it's a point for the community to feel.
Particularly, I was playing in a restaurant in
So if
Decatur.
you're love to help out the
Silly me, and white boy all my life, and it was on our repertoire, and I played it. And several black patrons got up and walked out, and I thought, oh, yeah, well, maybe I'll.
404
I did not know growing up in the South that there was a Union Memorial Day. We in my small town that I lived in,
with the pandemic,
Noonan. We moved to Noonan when I was 5 and lived there till I was 18. But we would march and put flowers on the gravestones on Memorial Day. Well, it was Southern Memorial Day.
What day was that?
Sometime in April. No, I don't remember what day, but
it wasn't it wasn't Appomattox Day, was it?
You know, this was public school. This was public school, and you're part of it, and you have. I had no idea that there was a Union Memorial Day when I went to college.
That's really something.
Yeah.
Georgia, 303.
I don't know if this is being broadcast or not. Apparently not.
Many ways you can donate, but please support.
It's okay for it to be heard.
Spring Fund Drive. Thank you so much, and we hope to keep WRFG around for many, many, many more centuries and decades. Take care.
You ready for me? We've digressed over here.
Yeah.
Hi, this is Katie.
Oh, yeah.
Come see me in Laughing Stock at Main Street Theater. Please support the WRFG Fund Drive. Call 404-523-8989.
Okay, now we are back, And once again, 404-523-8989. We got Bill Long. Tom Junod is with us as well. And we are about 20 minutes till Jazz takes over with one Ralph Rice. You remember Ralph?
Yeah. From Cuyahoga County. Ralph went to school over in East Noonan.
Definitely.
Eastern as it was called. But,
you two went to different schools together.
Yeah. Integration didn't happen until I was really in the 9th grade or 10th grade.
My goodness.
Yeah.
So was that early 70s?
60s.
60s?
Yeah.
Okay, so what tune are we going to hear?
If My Heart Stopped Beating Tonight. If my heart stopped beating tonight, would I change anything about my life? Would I do it all over again? Would it make any difference in the end? Would I start all over in my hometown, or pick some big city with traffic all around? Maybe I should start in some faraway place with mountains and valleys far from the race. Could I change any of my days in school, or time that I spent trying to be cool? Maybe there would be just a few do-overs. Maybe I would be a man undercover. Would I change my jobs and my working life, or where I traveled and where I spent the night? Would I choose my parents with a little more care, and have a gold spoon, or keep my curly hair? If my heart stopped beating tonight, would I change anything about my life? Would I do it all over again? Would it make any difference in the end?
Man, that sounds amazing, and that's off of your new CD. My goodness, sounding amazing. So, do you have any shows coming up soon?
I just happen to have a list right here.
Okay, where can...
Waiting for you to ask, JR. Boy, I tell you what, music has kind of come back. I did a twofer last Saturday. I had played over in Social Circle and then jumped in my truck and screamed into Lilburn to play over there. But had a lot of places to play, but tomorrow I'm playing at the Crows Lake Fish Fry with Sally Stites and Larry Germain and John Simpson, and I don't know who else might show up. Kind of a pickup group. It's from 4:30 to 6 p.m. This is Knights of Columbus. It's a charity event where the proceeds go to the Knights of Columbus. It's at Crows Lake in Jefferson, Georgia.
Jefferson, okay.
Yeah, if you remember, it is C-R-O-W, not C-R-O-W-E, Crows Lake. So if you look for it on MapQuest or anything, you can get there. It's right off 129. Take 85 up to 129, turn right, and you'll get there. Starting back with farmers markets, Athens Farmers Market on April 16th, and it's a 4-hour thing. This is the acoustic open jam.
Oh, okay.
So you can show up with your wash tub. But it's kind of an all-comers. We sit around in a circle and play tunes. And you never know who's going to show up and what they're going to want to play, but it's all acoustic.
Tom might even show up.
Yeah. Then I want to plug Doug and Cindy Olson. They have an old time jam. If anybody's familiar with how old time jams run, they play all the leads all the time. It's not like you pass around in bluegrass and everybody takes a break. But That's on April 23rd. Then on April 30th, I'm playing at the Horny Head Fishing Tournament. Now, that's a kind of fish. That's a fish.
Okay.
Horny head fish.
Horny head fish.
Yeah. It's a particular physiology that they have, or I don't know what you call it. 10 a.m. over in New Bern on April 30th. And then that's in the morning, 10 a.m., and I got a two for that day. I'm playing with Mindy Behringer and her bunch on that afternoon at Delmar Gardens in Lawrenceville. Just looking a little bit ahead, Monroe Farmers Market on May 14th. That's 9 a.m. to noon. On May 21st, I'm playing at the Georgia Mushroom Festival. This is a return thing.
That sounds promising.
Well, okay. This is a festival that I for a couple of years sent them. I send out this thing that says need music, call me. It's kind of like need milk or got milk or whatever. But and they did last year, and I went and played, and it's great. And a lot of tie-dyed, a lot of young hippies, a lot of old hippies, but it's some pretty serious stuff going on there with mushrooms and how to cook them and how to this, that, and the other with them. But that's in Cave Springs, Georgia, over in western Georgia, near Alabama. I'm playing from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., but it's a 2-day event, and they have a festival out in a field, and you can camp out there. But this the majority of the festival is in downtown Cave Springs in
Cave Springs.
Rollator Park.
It's a pretty cool place.
Yeah.
It has a cave and it has springs, and people come with bottles and collect water from it.
Interesting.
It's medicinal.
I have a cousin that lives. Well, my wife has a cousin that lives over there. I have a cousin by marriage, Michael Burton, and he's an artist, and he has an art studio and a recording studio over there in Cedartown.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll stop there, but I'm booked into the fall. So, we can take up the rest of the program with where I'm going to play. But I'm here to play a little bit of music.
Yes,
so,
most definitely. What tune are we going to hear now?
Well, let's do a throwback tune. I think this was on my previous CD. Might have been called Take the Fifth.
Take the Fifth.
Yeah, well, it was the fifth CD I'd issued.
I get it.
But there was some politics going on at the time, too. So anyway, I'm not beyond that. So, but here we go. Any of you who've got a significant other and you sit around on Friday night or Saturday night going, what can we do? What can we do? What do you want to do? You want to watch TV? You want to go somewhere and eat? You want to go this? You want to go that? Well, I don't know. What do you want to do? So it goes back and forth. Here we go. Start over. You could have said that you love me. I could have said that I love you too. But instead, we went out dancing to wear out our blues. no song. We can hold each other close. Then I will say that I love you. You can say that you love me too. We can dance the night together to wear out our blues. We could be so happy with nothing much to say. When we are dancing, dancing our blues away.
Oh my
Okay.
goodness. That was
Thank you.
amazing. That was amazing. Well, we only have a few more minutes left, about
One or two more songs.
8 more minutes until jazz
I
takes
can do
over.
John Barleycorn. That's a 7-minute song.
I want to thank Tom for stopping over tonight. Tom Janelle. Thank you so much, Tom, for coming in tonight.
CJ, I'm glad
Yes.
you're doing well, and good luck in your play.
Definitely.
right,
Thank
man.
you. And
see
don't
you guys.
forget, we still have tickets available for the play as well at the $75 level. What a great guy that Tom Janelle. He's amazing. He's amazing. So anyways, there you go. Once again, 404-523-8989 is the number to call in to make that donation. And I guess we'll hear one more tune. What tune are we going to hear?
Well, this is a song that still kind of in a little bit of a development. A buddy of mine sent me a one line of a lyric, and I might have turned it into a song. I don't know. So, still a little undecided on it. This is not on any kind of CD or anything, but let's give it a try here. Called Everything is a Song. Everything is a song. All you have to do is sing along. The best of times, the worst of times, all go better with a song. Everything has a beat. All you have to do is move your feet. Best of times, the worst of times, move along with a beat. Good times and bad times sometimes seem the same. The best of times, the worst of times will move along this way. Everything has a melody, everything has a sound. The best of times, the worst of times will move your life around. Everything is a song, everything has a beat, everything has a melody, it will make your life complete. Good times and bad times sometimes seem the same. The best of times, the worst of times will move along this way.
sounding
I've got
amazing.
one last song if you want it.
Let's see. We are about to get out of here. The music has started in the background. We gotta get out of here and make room for jazz.
Okay.
And
y'all keep listening. Make some pledges.
Definitely. And Bill, I want to thank you for coming in. It's since 2 years, 3 years or so. But we gotta get out of here. We got 3 minutes. A little bit over 3 minutes till jazz takes over, and we'll talk to you same time, same place next week. Take care.